Do you have any dream project?
Want to make those type of films which can go for an Oscar. Post production plays great amount of role for me.
Like, are there any directors that you're inspired from?
So if I talk about the cinematography thing, then in Bollywood, I love Sanjay Leela Bhansali's work, like the films like Padmavat. Either make content for your audience and like entertain them, or either make content for your own self. Devdas. I don't know whether you watched Devdas. One of the best masterpieces of Bollywood for me.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a brand new episode on the Aam Aadmi Podcast. This is your host, Perniya Paul, back again with an entirely different guest yet again. So, the guest we have here today is someone who is an aspiring content creator who aspires and dreams to be a cinematographer in future. He is a student at Beacon House National University. Here we have Ibraheem Ahmad. So, hi, Ibrahim. How are you?
Hello everyone. Hello Perniya. So my name is Ibraheem Ahmad Khan, and before I introduce myself, let me tell you about what I do. I'm basically a cinematographer, and this passion of mine started back in 2014 when I was like around 16 years old, and I wanted to be a film director at that time. I still want to be a film director right now, but like uh, I wanted something related to this videography related field, and then that specific passion started. And then in 2017, I made my YouTube channel where I started making travel logs and videos which revolve around me and my life. And so that's how this overall passion started. And yes, that's how I I'm working about it.
Wonderful. So you also did vlogs as well. You started from vlogs?
Yeah, basically, I started making vlogs. The concept behind that was like I knew that if I'm gonna do films right in the start, so I need to have a big crew or something. Or for like, I need to have a writer. I need to have actors. But in the YouTube vlogs, the total things revolved around me. Like I was the one who was the writer. I was the one who was the camera person. I was the one who was the actor, maybe the person who was talking right on the camera. So I was more comfortable in that, and basically I learned techniques of storytelling that in this vlog area. So that's how it helped me in the start. Yeah. So yeah, I started as a vlogger.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. So what can you tell me what is the name of the degree that you're pursuing?
Currently, I'm studying in Beacon House National University, and like overall, the degree which I'm have BA honors in theater, film, and TV. Like basically, it's a degree in BA honors in social sciences, and the majors are theater, film, and TV. So I always wanted to study in this specific scope, but but I had to face like maybe people in Pakistan have to face some uh, hurdles while studying it. So it took me some years to convince my parents for this. So that's how I started off a little late, but yes, now I'm studying it.
Yeah, that's great. How did your filmmaking journey begin? What is the thing that fascinated you about film?
So basically, I'm one of those people who had the privilege of watching a lot of films in my childhood. Though I have not watched a lot of Hollywood films, but basically, like all of the kids in the subcontinent area, like maybe specifically in Pakistan, we saw a lot of Bollywood films, and then specifically a few of Pakistani movies. So basically, when I used to watch them, so I always wanted to have this concept that if this specific movie or film can produce and can produce an emotional impact on someone's mind, then it should be that I can also be someone who can take an audience to a roller coaster ride of emotions in just 2 or 3 hours. So that's how basically I wanted to be a film director in the start, and I still want to be that. That time I didn't know okay, that how to what are the basic steps. So it took me a while, thanks to YouTube, which really helped me in doing that.
Don't worry, I am also a Bollywood encyclopedia. I was one in childhood. So makes two of us. Well, how do you cope with the challenges of studying and at the same time following your passion?
Well, in the start, when I was doing this specific degree, so I was only studying in that time until COVID struck back in 2020. When the COVID happened, so my family got to face a lot, like all of us families. So at that specific time, there's a tragedy which happened with me that I lost all of my film equipment, which I made from 2017 to 2020. So when I lost it, basically lost it in a robbery. When I
Oh,
lost it, then I got to know that this time I won't be able to make it with the help of my parents or with the like by saving money for like 2 to 3 years. So at that specific time, I decided to do freelancing. So and I started doing freelancing because I knew that I have some skills, and like I started as an editor in media houses, and then after like 2 to 3 years 2 to 3 sorry months, I got to make my I started making my equipment one by one. Like first I bought the camera, then after some months I bought the lenses, and then one by one I completed all of my kit which I lost back in March 2020. So yeah, in the start it was quite tough to manage both studies and my freelance work, but now it's part of my, like it's become a part of my life, and that I have to do it. Like all of my bills, and specifically I'm currently living in my own apartment in Lahore, so I have to pay all of my bills and all my university fees, and like um, and for the food and like all of the stuff. For that I need to make a specific good amount of money, so that I can pay that, and I can also pay my university fee. Like I'm not that much dependent on my parents for the financial thing, so that's why yes, um, it was a tough task in the start, but now I'm able to do it easily.
that's
Yeah.
very inspiring. So you mentioned that you were freelancing. The thing is that what's the scope of freelance with respect to your profession in Pakistan?
The beginner stage, so it's, and if you're expecting a lot of money right in the start, it's a little tough. For that you have to spend some some time in it, like you also need connections for that. And since it's not online thing, it's most of the time one to one task to do with different type of people. So for that, like if you are doing one task, then with the help of that good task you can get two more clients, and with two you get four more clients. So you need to have a good communication with your clients. So yeah, I think that thing really helps. But again, it's not quite a early task that if you're going to do it right in the start and you're expecting that you're going to get good amount of money right in the beginning. No, it's going to take some time for that.
Okay, do you think that choosing a career related to filmmaking or maybe entirely media is a risk because our elders choose our careers before us and like they decide it for us and they like to follow passions that are acceptable in the society? How did you like deal with the society and the peer pressure?
Yeah, basically it happened with me that back in 2016 when I completed my FSC, basically I got some grades in FSC. I got around 85%, and I've told my parents that I don't want to study science anymore. I don't want to go for the engineering or computer science related thing. For that I need to convince them by saying that I want to study art. But again, they were like, if you have gotten some great marks, and you should go for like some computer science field or some engineering related field. So on their wish, I started doing CS from fast Islamabad, but I was a failure in that degree. Like I'd never scored a great GPA. I was always on the stake of getting F grade always. In my fifth semester, I told them that either you can think about the societal pressure, like the people who is going to talk about this, that why your kid is studying in a film school, or why he's doing this field which is considered like haram in our religion and stuff, or either you're going to see me rotting in this degree forever. Like I'm never going to end it. Like I've always gonna get F grades, or either I'm gonna pass the course with a D grade. So yeah, it took me a while to convince them, but finally when they got convinced, and when they see when they see that I'm making good amount of money right in the start, not in extremely in the start, but like after one and a half.
They were pretty much satisfied.
they're pretty much satisfied because they were like they were scared of the consequences that which I could have faced, like most of the people face in the start. But thanks to God that I was able to get over them.
That's great. So the next question I want to ask you is that do you believe that having the perfect camera is what contributes in making a very perfect film?
Recently, I was watching Top Gun, which was
The Tom Cruise film?
yeah, the Tom Cruise film. So there's a dialogue which I still remember, that it's not the plane, it's the pilot. So basically, yes, camera matters, but like if you are a good cameraman or a good DOP, then it's your vision and it's your hands and it's your like total brain which gonna make the thing good. But if you're not that good of a camera person and like, you don't know much about like cinematography related stuff, then having the best camera in the world, it will still be quite impossible for you to make something extraordinary. So yes, if camera matters, if you are that good. If you're not that good, then even the best camera won't even help you.
But there are people who say that even a film can be made by using your mobile phone. Do you agree with that?
I've not seen a great amount of Hollywood films, but yes, I've heard that there are some films which are made with iPhone, and I've even seen some of the films winning some at some great film festivals, which are like filmed by mobile phones. So yes, mobile. Yes, then again, it totally depends on the narrative which you're portraying in your film. Like for example, if you're portraying something extremely commercial, then obviously you need to have a commercial setup, commercial lighting setup for that. But if you're something, the narrative doesn't, if the narrative is something which can be filmed in this room, so yeah, we can also again use a mobile phone for that.
All right. So, what was that one opportunity that you got, that some project, something that completely changed your life's direction?
Well, I'm not gonna name of one. Like, yes, I've got some great opportunities. Also, I have like I'm not gonna say that there's a specific work which I love the most about and which really turned my life and which was a breakthrough in my career. But yes, there were some specific. I can't name a one. But if I talk about that perfect breakthrough
Yeah.
with the help of which I've got a big jump in my career. So yes, I haven't gotten it yet. According to me, I'm still looking for it. Yes, I will get it. I hope in the next upcoming time. So yes, not I'm not gonna name anyone which I've done good.
Okay, so you're basically proud of all the projects you've done for specific clothing brands.
Yeah, like it can be like yes, I've done some short films. I've done some fashion films.
Traffic.
I'm not extremely proud of all of them, but like yes, I've done good in them. So yeah, they're good.
So I'll discuss about the film industry specifically in our country, because you see that film industry has gone through its own fair share of advancements. So do
Yeah.
you think that filmmakers have made progress when it comes to script writing, or do you feel that there's a room for improvement or something that needs to be changed?
There are two sides of this. Let me explain it how. For example, if I'm making a film, I'm a film producer and I want to make a great amount of money out of it, I have to see two things. Either I make a commercial movie or either I make something of a great film. The commercial movie guarantees me a good amount of money back. For example, if you in Pakistan you have watched the films like Heer Manja and like Karachi se Lahore, and it's like the films like them. We have watched a lot of movies like them. These movies were specifically made for entertainment and to make a great amount of money. But on the other side, there are some films which you might have not watched, but their scripts were very good, and their scripts were like those scripts which can even go to a big film festivals. Like I don't know whether you have watched Malik or like Khuda ke liye by Shoaib Mansoor Saab. And then if we talk about the current films like Kamli by Sarmat Khosad. So there are two type of films like you can see in cinemas like the films commercial movies like Jawani Fir Nahi Aani.
Oh,
There are like two type of film. Either it's Jawani Fir Nahi Aani type of film, or either you talk about the movies like Kamli specifically. So yes, if if you're spending a lot of time on your scripts and you think that they're good enough to make money, then it can be true in some cases, but not always. Like the people of Pakistan, the audience isn't always interested in watching some mind-blowing ideas like Kamli, or like maybe the if we talk about the recent film Joyland, they don't want to currently have that specific type of taste. So they're still stuck with the old style of filmmaking, like the Jawani Fir Nahi Aani or Karachi se Lahore, etc. And that's why the producers are still making that type of film so that they can they can make more money out of it. So yeah, this it can only be changed in only one scenario. Like all of the film directors or producers, they get united on this specific concept that we're gonna make some great scripts for the audience, and we're not thinking we won't think about the revenue they're gonna produce, and that's the only way that we can get out of this entire problem.
so you think that there are certain things a director needs to take care of for our audience when they have to make a film when it in accordance to script because there's certain stigma.
Basically it's not the stigma, it's more related to money thing. For example, if I'm have 10 million for a film, and or like maybe 100 million for a film, and I won't, and being a producer, I won't take a risk to invest it into a film like Kamli, which is not gonna attract a lot of audience. On the other hand, if I want to do a good and safe business, I'm gonna make a film like Heer Manja, in which I'm gonna cast a bigger actor, and I'm gonna put some saucy item songs, and then like that specific a boy and girl story which face some issues, and at the end of the film they're together for happy forever type of fairy tales. No, if I want to make money, then yes, I have to make a content like this. And like all producers in Pakistan, the big producer in Pakistan, they always follow this specific path where they invest money in these type of simple scripts in which they don't feel any type of risk.
Okay, do you have any dream project that you want to fulfill or make it true one day?
I've never told this to anyone before, so maybe this podcast is the right platform for that. I would like an Oscar in my trophy cabinet one day. So I want to make those type of films which can go for an Oscar nomination, and maybe I hope Allah knows that maybe I can be an Oscar winner for Pakistan.
I hope you fulfill that dream one day. When it comes to post production, so how much of a role does editing play when it comes to producing a final product? How much is it significant?
It plays a 50% role in making a project great. No matter how great you have filmed your project is, it doesn't matter if the editing process doesn't go good. Like even if you have edited in a very extraordinary manner, if the color grading process doesn't go good, again it's gonna be a flop thing. So yes, post production plays great amount of role for me, yeah. And maybe for all of the film enthusiasts and cinephiles around me.
So when it comes to directing, like are there any directors that you're inspired from?
If I talk about Bollywood, our
Yeah.
neighbor cinemas, then I'm extremely inspired by the work of Anurag Kashyap. Like I don't know whether you've watched movies like Raman Raghav 2.0. You must have watched Gangs of Wasseypur, but there are some films like Raman Raghav, and you recently watched AK versus AK that's on Netflix. So yes, I'm extremely inspired by his work. And also, if I talk about the cinematography thing, then in Bollywood, I love Sanjay Leela Bhansali's work, like the films like
Yeah.
Padmavat. Like I was once telling this to my friend that if you pause a film at any specific point in Sanjay Leela Bhansali's film and you take a screenshot of it, you can even frame it and like put it everywhere. It's gonna act like a wallpaper, like it's the perfect frame always. So kudos to the cinematographer of Sanjay. And if I talk about the Hollywood films, then I have two to three, four, like two to three my favorite ones. I'm not gonna rank them, but Stanley Kubrick, Martin Scorsese, Steven Spielberg, and Christopher Nolan. These three to four directors are the people like I really get inspired.
So, for someone who is a filmmaker, what do you think is their prominent responsibility towards the audience?
There are two sides of it. Either make content for your audience and like entertain them, or either make content for your own self and make your own specific style. I think a director should always go to the both sides. He should also make something for the audience, for like in which you can produce some cliche cinema related things, and the other on the other side he should also have this his specific own which can make him memorable for years.
So, you've mentioned that you've been inspired from Sanjay Leela Bhansali's films. Can you tell like two of his films that you like?
I still remember back in 2018, there was this music festival back in Islamabad. It was in that specific festival. The Major Lazer, that's a music group, was coming to Pakistan, and my friends told me that let's go to there. And I told them, no, 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 I'm gonna go to cinema for the Padmavat. And I watched that film alone. I had no friend around me. So Padmavat is one of those specific films whom I still remember some of the great frames in it and some of the dialogues from that specific movie. And if I talk about the other film, I can say it's Devdas. I don't know whether you watched Devdas
I
or
have.
not, but like yeah, that's one of the most dramatic yet one of the best masterpieces of Bollywood for me.
Okay, so I would like to ask you is there something that you would want to advise the people who want to pursue filmmaking or just give up on the idea of filmmaking? You can give some inspiration to those people.
It's not extremely a risky field. You should invest your time in it, and like after doing some hard work in the start, then you should also come to the stage where do some smart work so that you don't get exhausted in this process. So by doing smart work with some hard work, you can go to some long distances in this specific field. But right in the start, if you're going to do a lot of extreme hard work and you're going to do hard work and then you expect results in right in the start, then it can be a little difficult for you to absorb the results. So yes, I would suggest to never give up and like keep working on in your specific passion.
So does media tend to explain or give out their own message to a certain set of audiences? Like a director wants to portray their own message. Is it successful for the audiences to implement their message, or is it in a positive way or in a negative way?
Well, it depends. Like if a director is portraying something which is part of your society, and the society is somehow accepting it, and they're feeling relatable to the content which is being filmed, which is being shown in that specific film. So yes, they're gonna relate to that or accept to that. But in the other case, like if a director is portraying something which is not part of that society, or maybe which is considered as a taboo in that specific society, so that can be a problem for that film director. For example, if you talk about the recent Joyland, the topic which he has shown in the film is somehow considered a taboo in our society, or maybe people though it's part of our society, but people don't like to talk about it. They won't like to even talk about the film. So that's why the director faced a lot of issues with the people and also the film critics.
Any upcoming projects for you?
Yeah, currently I'm working on a music video, which I hope it will be a part of my on my obviously Instagram. Also, other than that, yes, I might be making a short film in the next week, and I'll try to pitch it for some film festivals. So yeah, I'm excited about them.
So I've checked out your page. You've worked with certain celebrities, right? Like Azan Sami Khan, for example. How was that?
So it basically I got the shoot right one day before that specific event happened, and like Aam Khan was like quite friendly with me during the entire time. So when I first met him, so he asked my name, so I told him that my name is Ibraheem Ahmad Khan. He said, "Oh wow, my son's name is also Ibraheem Ahmad Khan."
मैं तेरा हुआ जा रहा हूँ बस तेरा हुआ जा रहा.
So we got that specific chemistry right from the start, and then we talked a lot about the industry. And I would never wanted to mention his father, but somehow I got to talk about music, his background, and other than that, it was a good experience working with him. Other than that, I also worked for like Hum Style Awards back in 2021. And so that was also a good experience for me. Like I got to know how things happen on that specific stage, which you like see on in your screens, which is quite extremely well managed, but there the things are quite like in a very hectic manner. That's which is undergoing there. So yeah, it was a good experience overall.
Wonderful. So, you've done fashion videography, right? Where you
Yeah.
shoot. You've also done wedding videography as well.
Basically, my I have a specific wedding coverage business where I have a specific number of photographers and a team where we, and specific in this season, like I also cover a lot of weddings.
We get lost, we can get.
So yeah, that thing somehow helped me in my communication process, and like it really helped me to handle different type of people from different type of backgrounds. So how like, so that's why it really helped me. And on the other side, if I talk about the fashion filmmaking, which I've been doing for like 2.5 years, I was never that much a fashion. I was never that much an interested person in fashion, but yeah, but I got to that and I have that specific skill, and like I can be a good cinematographer. So I started back in 2020, and it helped me produce a good amount of money. So yeah, I still do it. I did a fashion project yesterday for a brand. I don't know whether I can take the name or not, but like so yeah. I right after this call is gonna end. I'm gonna start work on the post production process of that.
Okay. Good luck for that, and I hope you continue to achieve your dreams and it turns out to be a success.
Thank you. It means a lot.
So, I would like to end this episode, and that brings us to the end of the episode. So, I would like to
Thank
thank you for taking out the time to be here on this podcast and and sharing about your journey and giving us some advice for all the aspiring filmmakers out there. And I hope all of you can learn from Ibrahim's experience and don't give up. It's not a bad field. It's a very good
yeah.
field. It has a lot of scope. It's all in the director's vision. You can do it. It's all up to you.
Thank you, Perniya, for having.
Thank you so much, Ibrahim, for joining us, and also subscribe to the Aam Aadmi Podcast channel on YouTube. And take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.